Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Hello and welcome back to What's on Tap podcast Christmas calendar. We are on day 6 of December.
That was an amazing preface.
So before Stefan clicked record, I said I will preface this beer. That wasn't the preface. I wrapped this beer.
Yes.
And the funny thing is that months ago,
Yes.
if Stefan was really attuned to internet conversations like Facebook message groups, he would know exactly what beer this is. Because Pontus kind of blew it. Pontus revealed this beer. And I had the beer. I hadn't wrapped it yet, but I had 100% set it in stone. This is going into the calendar, and Pontus is like blah 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 blah.
Well, to be fair, Pontus says a lot of stuff, and so I tune out 70% of everything he says because there's a lot of chit chats on there. So
That is good. So now you get to open this beer.
well, I'm really looking forward to this then because
We will see if when you open it, we'll see if it rings the bell.
let's see if it'll be like I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you sure? Because the other thing is you have a lot of chats that I'm not a part of all of them.
You were 100% part of this chat.
I don't know that I was 100% part of this. Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Yes.
This is the
Bruery
The Bananswer.
The Bananswer by Bruery.
And this is a bourbon barrel-aged imperial stout with bananas, milk, sugar, Madagascar, vanilla beans, cocoa nibs, cocoa powder, and walnuts. Comes in at a 13.1%, and it is a collaboration between the Bruery and the Answer.
Yes.
The Answer is based out of Virginia, and of course, the brewery's out of Placentia, California.
So this came up in this conversation, and I said, "Yeah, Pontus, I'm saving this for something special." Oh, Martin, whatever could you be saving it for? Because Stefan is the only one who hasn't had it. Why would you save such a beer for? Whatever could you save it for?
I do remember that conversation, but
Come on, Pontus, silence.
yeah.
It's for the calendar. It's obviously for the calendar.
But to be fair, I did not put 2 and 2 together.
No.
So this is cocoa, nutty, cheers, inside scoop, one wonderful combo banana vanilla.
But hopefully it's a pleasant surprise for you to open the package and see the beer that you wanted to try, that we were talking about.
This beer is Bananas.
Oh, it's B-A-N-A-N-A-S?
Yes. It's bananas.
Bananas.
Yes. Oh wow, that is really
thick.
oily. To be fair, I used to be a huge brewery fan. I loved their stuff. But then I think that stouts have evolved and the brewery hasn't.
I agree.
And a lot of their barrel aged stuff is just extremely boozy, so unbalanced. It was in the past. I remember what was it? Not Black. It wasn't Black Monday. It was
Black
Tuesday.
Grey Monday.
Grey Monday, Black Tuesday.
Mocha Wednesday.
Yeah, and Black Tuesday was that was the kill supreme.
5 out of 5.
Yes, every time. But when you look back at it, it's 15%, 17%, 18%, 21%. And it was become so just crazily unbalanced and boozy that it took away from the quality of the beer. And I think that Bruery has sacrificed flavor quality for extreme booziness.
I agree. How strong was this? The banana?
This was, I think, 13%.
Yeah, 13 could work.
Yeah. It smells extremely banana. It smells really, really nice.
It's supposed to be a banana split beer, right?
Yeah.
It even says split with a friend, or don't.
I mean, you get the bourbon and you get the banana on the
Yeah.
nose. I mean, for sure. So it smells really, really good.
Let's see if it's good.
All right, cheers,
Cheers.
man.
Mouthfeel is really good.
Yeah. Mouth feels good. You get the banana.
Yeah. Ooh.
You definitely get the bourbon barrel aging on this. This is extremely bourbon forward, which is what you expect from a brewery beer.
Yes, but it's not very boozy, unhinged.
No, it doesn't overwhelm you in its booziness. But I would say that might depend on your experience and palate.
Yeah.
Because I could also see a version of this, like someone tried it, was just like, this just blew my palate out from the extreme booziness. But I think for us, it's...
Oh, with refined palates?
No, I'm not saying it's refined, but just knowing what to expect, it's on the cusp of being a little too much.
Yeah, the
It's
aftertaste.
right on the edge.
The aftertaste is scratching that boozy itch.
Mm-hmm.
But the answer does good beers.
The answer is amazing. The answer is one of the few breweries I've ever seen that had like 4.5 plus beers that were coming into the 3.8 ABV.
Yeah.
I mean, they really know their shit, and they really produce amazing stuff.
So maybe they've reined in the brewery on this particular beer.
I can only imagine that is the case.
Yeah.
Because it's so dangerously close to being a colossal mess. Like you can literally taste the edge of the beer and just like, oh, if they just push this just one notch further, this beer would fall apart. Because it is just right there on the bleeding edge of this flavor profile. But yet it holds it together in a really delightful way.
It's interesting. I just sneak peeked on our friends' ratings.
Yeah.
And they're all rating it lower than I'm rating it right now.
And what are you rating it right now?
4.25.
They rated it lower than that. They
we
must have
have-
had other things with it.
I've had this before.
Yes.
With them.
Okay.
Because we drank it in Denmark that particular day when you weren't with us. And I gave it a 4, and they gave it like 3.75s.
Oh.
And they say, super boozy.
Yep.
Maybe it's a can-to-can issue?
I'd be willing to bet it's a proximity to other beer issue.
If we had a really amazing beer before
We're drinking this pretty cold.
That's true.
And I think that the closer it gets to room temperature, the boozier it becomes. And I'm guessing you probably bought this at kiosk.
It was 100% at kiosk.
Yeah, and kiosk has their stouts are shelf ready.
Yeah.
They're not in the refrigerated part. So this would probably be a bit boozier than what we're having today.
I think you're right.
But I think right now at this temperature, because this isn't freakishly cold, it's in a really nice syrupy middle balance of everything.
It's slightly chilled.
Yeah. I can definitely see where they would get 3.75 with the boozy mess. But if this is one of those beers you really need to have it in the temperature-y sweet spot.
Yeah, but also in a calm environment, not drinking it out of a can on the street outside of kiosk in Copenhagen after a day of drinking.
Yeah. Because as this warms up, the booziness and the alcoholic heat starts to come through more.
I think so.
But I'm also going to give you a 4.25 on this. I think it is really quite nice. I would say if you're going to try a can of the Bananswer, you need to start with it a little colder than you normally would and just let it warm up at room temperature.
Yep.
And you're going to have a really, really great experience. Once it's room temp, it's going to be an intense booziness to it. This is not a And maybe this is a snifter beer, like where you let it sit in a snifter and you let it breathe and you get past the initial aroma expression. But I enjoy it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right now, at this temperature, I am surprised by my previous 4.0 rating. Because right now it's tasting better than that.
Yeah, anyways, it's much better than that. All right.
Also, I'm really happy that you didn't foresee this beer coming in the calendar. Because it was 100%...
to be fair, it's been quite a bit of time since we had the conversation.
Yes,
and there's been a lot of other beer conversations since then, so
that is true.
I'm not surprised at all.
That's true. I was just like, come on, Pontus, don't. I have very few secrets. Don't reveal my secrets to Stefan.
Well, I'm glad you saved it. It's quite a treat. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. All right, so until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.